Hello and welcome. So right here, we've got another duel that happened in the LEL League Discord. This one was FireFrog versus Zeus Kakarot. Looks like they played this on Socotra and they played it on Explored. I saw that they had it explored in the map before I clicked into the game. But just to show you, this is Firefrog's view, and you can see the entire map. It's not blacked out. It's filled in. So yeah, played this on explored. Zeus went ahead and sent this to me to have a glance at it, and we will be getting into it here shortly. So before I start, Zeus went ahead and took Sicilians, and FireFrog took Bulgarians. We've seen like Zeus likes the Sicilians. He likes the dungeon rush, um, and I on Socotra that's going to be like it's pretty good on a lot of maps, but it's even better on Socotra because Socotra is open. It's pretty tough to wall. There's only one wood line anywhere close to the center of the map, and it is here. And it can be tough to try to wall to other resources. One other thing I am going to comment on before I actually start this game. In this game, the relics spawned very unbalanced. They spawned very heavily favoring FireFrog. You can see he's basically got one behind his base here, two behind his base. I mean, technically Zeus could get over here, but one close to the front of his base, and then the other two are pretty like they're still pretty like they're far away from both people. Um, the only one that might possibly be a little closer to Zeus is this one. I just thought that was interesting that it was such an unbalanced relic gen. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Got our usual houses coming up from both players. With this being explored, they shouldn't have any issues finding really anything with regard to the hunt. I wonder if there was a lame, because they can both see each other's elephants. On Socotra, you only get one. And that's a solid no, because Zeus took it immediately. Took it with only 5 bills. I mean, that's one way to do it. This will result in a little bit more rotting on the elephant than you would normally have. But that's also a very good way to not get lamed, and FireFrog's done the same thing. So what I'm what I'm getting from this is that I would absolutely get lamed because I wouldn't think to take the elephant this early. I'd be sitting there going, well, nah, I got to do my usual starting build order. I got to get 6 on sheep and 3 on wood or whatever. So yeah. Zeus also already pushing in some zebra. His one good part of his map is that his zebra spawned behind his base, so those would be harder to yoink. Firefrogs did too, but they're in theory a little bit more vulnerable. It's not that I like both of them could get to the other person's zebras if they wanted, but it would be significantly tougher for Firefrog to get to Zeus's without potentially running under the TC. Or, well, actually, nope. The map is played on Explored. He can see that this is here. I take that entire thing back. Sorry, Zeus. Cast ruined already. Elephants already gone. Oh, no. Only kept 3 vills on this. I mean, I understand not wanting to get lamed and that being more easily done on Explored, but I'm not sure how much I like having this few villagers on the hunt because of that decay rate. Yeah, the elephant decays faster than the zebras do. There's actually a big old there's a Spirit of the Law video I also just shifted my mic a little bit back, so hopefully there's not a bunch of craziness with regard to either the mic gain being awful before or it being low now. But I felt like it was a little too close to my mouth previously. FireFrog out to the berries as well. ILTC, 10 seconds for FireFrog, 21 for Zeus. And yet, despite that, FireFrog is actually currently down by a Vil because he got Loom. He got Loom, which is a good call. Socotra is a chaotic map, a crazy map, so having Loom early isn't awful by any means. Deer pushing is... Oh, this one trolled FireFrog. I myself feel a lot better about deer pushing now than I did a few months ago, but I still don't particularly like it. Just feels like they act wonky sometimes. It's a lot easier to control. Oh, this Vil's going for it. You gotta be careful, you gotta be careful. Oh, he runs away. Yep, this is that's kind of the tough part. When your Vils are already hunting deer, they'll just auto-task onto the next one, even if you're already pushing it. So you either have to take some idle time to continue pushing it in, or you have to kill it in a not very great spot. But this one has been given up on for now with 2 HP. They both clicked up within 10 seconds of one another, and they both clicked up on 17 Vils. So very aggressive plays for both of them. I would be... Okay, yeah, so Zeus is going to come forward and see FireFrog on gold. He might doink him. He doesn't. The Vils chase down just to be intimidating. FireFrog had to put a ton of Vils onto wood. I'm guessing this is so he can put a barracks up in a timely manner. He got barracks wood now. Maybe not. Okay, there it is. So this is a bit late, and I think that's just part of, you know, what happens when you go up at 17. Zeus went ahead and put up a Dungeon and Dark Age, and what he usually does is immediately creates 6 or so sergeants from this, and then uses those sergeants to immediately go build more dungeons on the enemy's base. FireFrog got up and then immediately clicked Arson, so he is aware that the dungeon rush is coming. If you ever see Zeus on Sicilians, it's, you know, it's known at this point that that's what he likes to do. But also, that does give him the opportunity in the future to just not do it and throw someone for a loop. If someone is completely prepared to try to handle a dungeon rush, and then he just booms and gets up into, you know, if it puts down 5 TCs and goes First Crusade, all of a sudden there's 25 free sergeants. The scout runs under the TC and is probably going to be shot down. Yep. So that's unfortunate for Zeus. Not as big a deal as if this were on normal exploration. But yep, here are the 5 sergeants, and we will be seeing 4 dungeons quite soon. FireFrog only has 2 men-at-arms. So yeah, like this is a known build for Zeus. He's done this several times. Also getting a blacksmith up, and the dungeon will tower the gold. That doesn't completely deny FireFrog his gold. He does still have 2 tiles back here, but that's pretty vulnerable too. It's not, and he's also got 4 here. Both of these are pretty easy for Zeus to just get in range with another one. Gold Vils will be pushed off. Zeus brought forward 2 Vils of his own to garrison the dungeons, and yep, he's gonna just build more. The annoying thing about sergeants is that they do not take any damage from Vils. I mean, okay. It's not that they take 0, but they only take 1, which is, you know, 1 more that, or 1 fewer than something like, say, a Man-at-Arms or a Scout takes from a Vil. Actually, sorry, Man-at-Arms should take the full 3 before they have the armor upgrade. Sergeants don't even need the armor upgrade to immediately only begin taking 1 damage from Vil hits. So yeah, FireFrog is off of gold. He was pretty low. Oh yeah, and Zeus is just gonna come over here and probably pop another donjon up right on top of these. FireFrog did counterattack on the initial donjon, and there's no such thing as murder holes in Feudal Age. So with those Man-at-Arms having Arson, they will probably take this down, but he's having to keep chasing them with the Man-at-Arms. So he's only got, yeah, he's not on gold at all. He is just on wood and food at the moment, and this donjon over here is going to, it can partially deny farms. If this Vil moves into this corner, he'll start getting hit. This actually doesn't range the wood line quite yet, but it allows him to just pop another one up right here. I think he still needs a little bit of stone. I think donjons might be 175 stone. FireFrog did take this one down. The thing is that, yeah, like, this many Man-at-Arms can't engage against sergeants. You need a significant numbers advantage to be able to fight into that. And that's just not the case. So the Man-at-Arms are just going to go back in, and they are going to just take this one down. But the sergeants are still free to just build other donjons wherever they want. I am noticing that Zeus is down some stone. Oh yeah, no, and the sergeants can also repair. So these are going to be some dead Men-at-Arms, especially since that armor came in. They didn't even kill 1. 4 Man-at-Arms against 7 sergeants, and the Man-at-Arms completely failed to kill any. This is a tough spot to be in, particularly as Bulgarians. Because you're incentivized to go Man-at-Arms as Bulgarians. There's the other donjon that explains the lost stone there. Because of the free upgrades. And you are also incentivized to go Scouts. But Sergeants have good melee armor and not good Pierce armor. I mean, and when I say not good Pierce armor in this case is still the exact same as Man-at-Arms with the armor upgrade at this point. FireFrog got his market up, but yeah, I mean, he is getting rushed down. He repaired this one. 4 more Man-at-Arms from FireFrog. In theory, what you would maybe want to do is, even though you're Bulgarians, maybe you want to try to get a range up so that your archers can actually try to pick these off. But that's a major investment. So he's continued with the Man-at-Arms. I think these Man-at-Arms still lose here. FireFrog did get his upgrades while I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, 4 Man-at-Arms, and they die because of the superior melee armor. Sergeant getting taken down, or Sergeant's taking down the market, so that won't be here for for much longer. Which is unfortunate, because FireFrog's been needing that. He sold his stone to get that massive Man-at-Arms together. He has actually queued a ton of them. He is straight up queued. He's got 5 in he queued 10. I hate to say it, that's still not going to be enough. And he's focusing on his Vils going over to Zeus's side, I think. and has missed the sergeants raiding him on his woodline. So, yeah, this has been a rough one for FireFrog, and I mean, just testament to Zeus's his knowledge of this Sicilian's dungeon rush. Okay, he's finally got enough of a numbers advantage to win one of these fights. Zeus has been microing the sergeants out to where the man-at-arms can still get shot by the donjon, though. He's done that in all the fights. This donjon should go down now. And we did get a garrison on the TC, so these sergeants can't really do much at the moment. The Vills that went on their expedition just popped down another barracks over here. But, I mean, you have very limited resources right now if you're FireFrog. He's trying to go for this gold, and guess what? There's still sergeants. And like I said earlier, Vills can't fight sergeants. They're dealing 1, and they're taking 4 in return. Sorry, 5 in return, because these are 5 plus... Oh, sorry. 4 in return right now, but once forging comes in, yeah. Farming eco totally idled. The man-at-arms are going forward to try to fight by the mining camps here. FireFrog is going to try to at least get some gold. He's going to clean up these sergeants. Right now he does have an overall military advantage, which is pretty impressive considering the pressure he's been under. Zeus garrisoned this dungeon, though. Of course, the fact that it doesn't have ballistics makes it a little tough at the moment, but... yeah. Decent micro there. The sergeants have found their way into the woodline, though, and he's just going to try to dungeon it. You gotta notice this if you're FireFrog. You can't fight the sergeants here, so you need to batter down the donjon foundation. And make it so that when it goes up, it's weak. He's trying to take this one down. Like, Arson is doing work, but he's also just kind of letting the sergeants knock down his men-at-arms. Several died. This was a weak sergeant. He's been one hit for forever. And yeah, that's all she wrote. Yeah, I mean, that's I can see why Zeus sent this to me. That's just a tough one. Again, I think this is a very, very difficult siege matchup, or Civ matchup, for the Bulgarians player, because your options are, and keep in mind they both went up at 17 pop, so you know the only thing I can really think of is that you have to go into a unit that is very weak for your Civ as Bulgarians, which would be archers. That would have still been difficult because he was forced off gold so soon. Yeah, like the fact that Zeus gets 5 sergeants before he goes for this is very, very good, because 5 sergeants is enough to fight off a lot of things in Feudal Age. About the only thing that I think they would struggle with would be a similarly sized mass of archers. So yeah, I mean, a good showcase of the power of the Donjon Rush. These are pretty ideal conditions for it. It doesn't get too much easier, I think, for the Sicilian player than playing into Bulgarians on a small map like Socotra. But that, I mean, doesn't take anything away from the fact that Zeus just held the control and pretty much did it for the entire game. So this was a short one. I hope everybody enjoyed, and we'll catch you all on the next cast.